Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Of course, it is yours truly, Amaya. I know it's been forever and we have a lot to catch up on. So grab you a snack, leave your shoes at the door. You already know the vibes. Let's get into it. So before we even get into what's been going on with me, what's been going on with you guys, I know it's been forever. I think 6 months since the last time I posted my previous video. So it's just been a lot of good things. And of course, that's why we are here to get into it. So first things first, everybody is good, family's good, boyfriend is good, the dog is good. We are great. I'm hoping the same for everybody. I know we're kind of out of the pandemic, but I do hope everybody is being safe, COVID-free, just being in good health, good wealth, all those good things. But now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into what's been going on with me. So the first thing is me getting a job promotion or a new job, period. So I'm still with the same company, of course. I won't say the name. But you all know that, well, those of you who do know or follow me on Instagram know that I have always been in like the pharmacy, medicinal part of health, I guess, or healthcare. I don't know, it was just always something about medicine that I enjoyed. So there I went on to specialty pharmacy and I loved it. If you guys don't know, specialty pharmacy deals with like ARV drugs. So you're dealing with medications that would benefit cancer patients, patients who are HIV and AIDS affected, anything dealing with STDs, and of course you're just your typical needed medication. So it'd be like atorvastatin, your blood pressure medication, cholesterol, all those different things. So I've always had a passion for pharmacy, and the pharmacy that I was previously at, I adored. It was literally the best pharmacy that I've ever worked in. Had the coolest pharmacist. She was super, super dope. And then of course I still work part-time or PRN as far as like with Walgreens pharmacy. And that could be like once a month or twice a month, something like that. Anywho, so I'm still at the same company that I said before, but let me tell you how good God is. So back in December, I saw the job posting. Granted, like I said, I do love pharmacy, but my passion is genuinely just helping people. And although in pharmacy, I'm meeting people on a personal level and we're talking about their adherence to medications and, you know, all of that, dealing with them from a pharmacy standpoint is just one small aspect of it. And so I enjoy talking, of course, y'all know. I love providing those with resources and just advice. Anything that I can contribute for someone's well-being to be better is what I enjoy. And so this particular position crossed out all those boxes, you know, checked every box of what I genuinely want to do or wanted to do. So I applied for the position. I did an in-house applying, basically meaning that you had to work for the company and you applied for another position within the company. So I did that. I got to the interview, slammed dunk the interview because y'all know the gift of gab. And I didn't get it, but I wasn't upset. I wasn't defeated or anything. I knew that, you know, I prayed about it. It just wasn't meant to be for me. And I know that regardless, God would land me somewhere else or, you know, with something better. And so that was in December. I didn't trip because I was like, if I don't get a job, I'm still in pharmacy, which specialty pharmacy, which I adore. So it's cool. And didn't get the job. That was in December. Roll into the new year. You know, I had my goals jotted down as to what I wanted to do and et cetera, et cetera. Just like personal things for myself. And let's see, January rolls around and then I see the option for the job again. And so I'm like, I'm gonna apply again. I mean, obviously whoever they chose, it didn't work out. So there's a new opening, I'm going to apply. Applied, you know, was just prepping like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get another interview, I'm gonna ace that. And I wasn't offered the interview. I was offered the job. You know, they was like, your interview was so strong previously, there's no need for an interview. We want to offer you the job. This is what it's going to entail. Can you deal with this? Can you deal with that? A few negotiations, and the job was mine. So as of now, I am a non-medical case manager. And so with this new position, basically I deal with newly diagnosed patients, meaning that they just either found out that they got HIV or AIDS, or they're coming back into care after not being into care for a while. And like the clinic I work for, we kind of work as a unit. So, you know, you may see the benefits counselor because you want to get situated with your financials or working out some type of way to cover your health care, your medication, anything else associated with that. Of course, we have the provider there, so you're meeting with the doctor who's monitoring you and, you know, making sure you're good. And then you have the case manager. And so my job is basically to help take a load off of your shoulders. And like I said, even on my YouTube channel, I do provide other girls resources, at least from a trans perspective. But with this job, I'm dealing with all different types of people. So it can be teenagers, it can be adults, it can be men, women, gay, trans, bi, heterosexual. I'm just dealing with a wider spectrum of individuals, which I adore too, because it just gives me more experience and insight on just helping people, and just overall, that's just what I adore to do. So, so basically, I'm just there to assure them that everything will be okay. I understand that you just got this newly diagnosed, so you may have this going on, but because some of these people, you know, have this disease, it kind of deters them from work or, you know, housing. They may not be able to stay with family or friends, or they may need some type of therapy or, you know, mental therapy, anything like that. And so my job is just basically to provide them with those resources. What can I do to, you know, lighten the load, get you back on track, you know, to shake you or pull you back in from, you know, of course, it's devastating news, but like, what can we do to move forward? And so I enjoy it. I truly do. I've met so many really, really great people. I've heard 1,000,001 stories, and it's just truly a blessing. Like I go to work every day, and I know that regardless of who I am, what I may grow to be, where I came from, I do know that I'm changing someone's life every day. You know, at least one person, I'm affecting them and, you know, making their life better. So I truly, truly, truly enjoy my job. So that's the new promotion. The next thing was obviously me and Webster moving. So we moved into a new apartment, which I have a story for y'all too. Just a little, we're gonna take a detour. So obviously this is our new place. We moved here, I wanna say it was, we moved here, we've been here like a month and some change so far. But anywho, so in March, because we're in April now, so last month we moved here like mid-March. Prior to that, I found out that I had been nominated for, well, not nominated, but I've been made a recipient to receive the Transgender Visibility Award. And for those of you who don't know, March 31st is Transgender Day of Visibility. And so I was one of the recipients. Basically, they award you based on your advocacy, what you've done for the community, just, you know, like the image that you set forth, and, you know, obviously just being a transgender woman or person and living in your truth, being visible, just doing the work despite you being trans. And so I was completely honored to have that award. Shout out to Tim, because it truly is amazing. Like You know, it's a beautiful thing for you to be recognized for who you are. And not only that, just for what you contribute. Like, I know that who I am and what I stand for is not going unnoticed. So that's amazing. But anywho, so that same day was the day of our move. And so we hired movers. I'm not lifting nothing. That's just not the type of chick that I am. So I'm like, okay, boom, we're gonna get movers. Call the movers, everything is set. Yeah, we'll be there Friday to make, we'll get all your stuff and send it over. So, you know, they said, okay, cool, we can move. I'm like, okay, well, I'll need you guys to be here at 10. Mind you, the award ceremony for Transgender Day of Visibility was that same Friday. I want to say like 6:30. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can get my stuff moved over. My stuff was already in boxes, but I knew that I can pull out a wig, pull out a dress, do my makeup, whatever, and be at the ceremony. I'm somebody who has to plan by the moment. Granted, you know, things don't work out sometimes as planned, and the universe, God, all of that will show you. But I've just always been someone who likes to be prompt and just have everything laid out. And so I had it planned. I was like, we're gonna move, get all the boxes, unload everything, whatever. We have a 1-bedroom apartment, so it shouldn't take that long. So I thought. And then I'll be at my ceremony. I can receive my award, you know, do all of that. Trying to be real superwoman. But anywho, they called me around 10, 11. Oh, we're running behind, but we'll be there. So I'm like, okay, cool, it's no biggie. I'm just gonna wait. Now, mind you, I have the lights transferred. If you moved, you know that your lights, everything needs to be transferred to your new place. So everything is off at my place. I had it mapped out that the movers would come that morning while it's still visible, and get everything switched over. And every hour or so, they kept pushing it back. By then, it's like 2 o'clock. I'm panicking because it's like, I don't have any of my stuff. I need to shower. You know, what am I gonna do? Movers never came. Very unprofessional. We ended up having to get a U-Haul the next day. And thank God for my boyfriend and my brother-in-law who came and they moved everything. So I missed the ceremony. I had 4 guests to come that were allowed to come with me. They were all dressed, headed there. I had to tell them, don't worry about it. I'm not going, so it makes no sense for them not to go. It was just a headache. But Tim, I still thank you for honoring me and still, let me show y'all my award. Still, just, you know, making sure that I had my award. And so it says, the MEN presents Amaya Johns with the Transgender Day of Visibility Award on March 31st, 2023. So it is so cute. And I have like a little poster billboard thing, but I put that in my office at work. So that was that with the move. We got through it. So the next thing, me and Webster hosted a fight party, I want to say last week. Not really big on boxing, but if you know, recently I think Gervonta Davis and Garcia fought. So we had a lot of family over. That was really cool. It was nice for some of his family to meet my family, our close friends, you know, whatnot. And we had a really, really good time. The drinks, the food, it was a vibe. It gave what it needed to give. So now that we got that out of the way, like what's been new with me, the next thing that's been mind-boggling is these Atlanta murders. So if you own a phone or if you live in Atlanta, you're privy to the news and stuff as what's been going on. There's been several murders of trans women of color in Atlanta. I believe 3. I do not know the name of one of them. The other one was a female by the name of Ashley, I believe, who was shot in the breezeway of her apartment complex. And then another one was a friend of mine named Coco, who was just recently murdered. I want to say it's been about almost 2 weeks now since she was murdered. And thankfully they caught one of the guys who had something to do with it. Unfortunately, he is a 17-year-old guy, and you know it's a whole nother thing going on with that. But it's just very, very, very unfortunate. And the only reason I spoke on this, honestly, because I'm a trans woman of color, I live in Atlanta, but it's it's one thing when you hear stuff and you see things on the news, but it's another when it's someone in your social circle. So it just kind of bothers me, and it deals with, it messes with my anxiety as far as like being social when it comes to African American men, because it's just like people can be so unpredictable nowadays, and you just don't know what people's motives are. You don't know like their intentions. Like, what is it, you know, that are driving these people to harm particular women in the community and, you know, seek them out, do whatever, and then kill them. It's just beyond me. It kind of takes me back to a time where I was living in Tallahassee, actually right before I moved here almost 8 years ago, and a guy robbed me at gunpoint. So it's just, it's weird, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with Atlanta, but I encourage all of you, really everybody. I hate guns. I'm not for the gun violence. I'm not for violence, period. But because of what's going on in the state that we are in Atlanta, really in this country, I think it's imperative that you do take the proper precautions to protect yourself. If you need to carry a gun, a stun gun, pepper spray, do whatever you need to do that. And I think it also goes beyond just having weapons of choice. I think we also need to look at the fact of who we associate ourselves with, being very cautious of our surroundings, being cautious of where we are, particular times of days, who's going to be there. You really have to take all those things into consideration. And it's unfortunate that we do have to look at things like that, but because of what's going on, it's just imperative that you just do so. Like, you just have to be cautious. Even with me going to work, granted where I work at is a safe environment and, you know, everything, but I just don't put anything past anyone, and I never did. But that hitting so close to home really makes me just side-eye everybody. Like, people are weird. It's terrible that so many of these men seek out trans women. They hound you, like constantly harass you to entertain them. And then, I don't know, I'm not going to speak on her case or the other girl's case because I don't know what it was. But just in general, you know, these men go out of their way to get your attention. And then when you do get them attention, there's been multiple times where these same men, African American men who have killed these trans women, they go back and later find out that these men have known these women. These men have had interactions, relations, whatever, with these women. They go back and look at dating profiles, text messages, emails, pictures where these aren't strangers or just random occurrences. These are people that they know. And so it's just terrifying, to say the least. I know that I go out of my way to just ensure that I'm not meeting that type of situation head on. I'm doing whatever I need to do to make sure I'm not even being put in a position for that to likely happen. You know, I pray to God and thank God every day that that is not me. But, you know, I just feel like as a trans community, we need to definitely do our part, and let's just start being a little more cautious now and paying attention to what's going on around us, and, you know, just taking those extra precautionary steps to ensure that, you know, we're safe. We're not ending up in those situations, because it's very unfortunate. Like, someone is at home, there's a family at home who does not have a loved one simply because of someone else's shortcomings, and nobody has time for that. So if you need to get a gun, do that. If you need to take self-defense classes, do that. When you're going out, travel in a group, maybe 2 or 3. Don't go out by yourself. Or if you're gonna meet up with somebody, meet with them in a public place. Just trust your gut and go for what you know. Also, if you are in Tallahassee and you're aware of like the Prize, because Pride is getting ready to come up in June, I will be hosting their All Red Lingerie Party June 9th, that Friday in Tallahassee. I'll list the flyer, of course, so you guys can see. The address and stuff will be on the flyer on my Instagram as well. I believe the tickets are already sold out, but they do have a few more sections and at-door tickets that you can purchase too. But I'll be there in the flesh in my red lingerie, so make sure you pop out, support Big Boy Entertainment. Come support me, obviously. Let's take some pictures, have a few drinks, let's have us a good time. And yeah, I think that's it. That's everything. Jonah, since some of y'all complained about him not being in my previous videos, want to tell them bye? No. Tell them bye. He's shy right now. He's probably ready to go out. But anywho, I want to thank you all so much for tuning into my channel. I want to thank you all for supporting me regardless. I know I don't post as often, but I am going to do it now. I promise. Okay, I promise I am going to do better. Everything is how it should be, so we're set. We will be getting more videos. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys and thank you so much for supporting my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye.